Today, we take a look at Aerith Gainsborough from the Final Fantasy VII Remake. Known as Aeris in the original game, she's considered to be the other half of the main love triangle, and she's incredibly cute. With that, here are my reasons why Aerith Gainsborough is waifu material. Minor spoilers for the first part of the remake. Whenever she's not shuffling across rooftops with Cloud, Aerith works as a flower peddler, which is actually how she first met him. Oh my god. As a way of saying thanks, she gives Cloud a flower.
Here, this is for you.
A flower?
That's right. It's a gift. You know, for scaring those things away.
Just my luck.
I heard that, you know.
How much?
Well, that depends on the customer. In your case... it's on the house.
Huh?
Lovers used to give these when they were reunited.
Look, I'm involved in things. Dangerous things.
Oh, I'm sure you are. So?
This is the very same flower they uses to hit on Tifa. Later in the story, she actually follows up on it in a rather snarky manner.
What's your favorite flower?
They're all the same to me.
Huh. You sure you want to say that to a florist?
Better than lying.
Okay. Then what'd you do with the flower I gave you? You give it away?
I did.
Ooh, to who? Tell me.
Don't recall. What?
Thought you didn't like lying. Well, anyway.
Quite the opposite from Tifa, Aerith can be described as cute, with those bold green eyes they can get lost in, accompanied by that gentle smile of hers. Not only that, every action she does is simply adorable, especially when she gets mad.
Okay, now I'm mad.
You know Leslie? She's kinda cute. Homely, but cute.
Excuse you?
Seriously, Les, she's not half bad. With a little work, I bet she'd clean up real nice.
Cloud, requesting permission to kill.
Denied.
Early in the story, Cloud left Tifa hanging, and he did the same to Aerith too.
You did it!
Yeah.
Alright, good enough. Let's keep on trucking.
A few minutes later.
Yeah?
However, her persistence was eventually rewarded.
Went pretty well.
Sure did.
Huh? Wait a minute, did you just...
Nope.
Don't worry, we'll be on the same page next time.
What are you talking about?
I'm sorry, okay? Cloud, up top!
As a florist, she maintains a beautiful garden outside her home, and she even talks to flowers, somehow getting Cloud to play along.
Did the flowers say anything?
Good work today, guys?
She also maintains a special patch of flowers right in the middle of the church, which actually saves Cloud when he fell down from the reactor.
Sorry, I didn't mean to...
Don't worry about it. They're a lot tougher than they look. This place, it has a kind of power.
But with the arrival of Reno and his goons, Cloud somehow becomes her personal bodyguard, leading to a lot of extra work. Anyway, the escort mission that follows this is one of my favorite segments in the game, where the two exchange a lot of banter with each other.
Maybe he thought I could be the greatest soldier yet. Don't just run off on your own.
Those the words of a soldier candidate?
So petty.
And we even get to hear Aerith swear.
It's pretty old. Be careful.
Okay.
Easy now.
You worry too much. I'm not some princess who needs to be coddled. Shit.
At this point, Aerith gets tired of us leaving her behind and is afraid to take the lead.
This time I'll go first. After all, I can't count on you to wait. Maybe I'll go on ahead and leave you all by your lonesome. Just... Gotcha.
You're killing me here.
This isn't a one-time thing either, as in the later segments, she can be seen running off on her own too. This journey across the rooftops then ends with quite a drop, which is no problem for Cloud, but with Aerith...
My hero.
Never a dull moment with you.
That a compliment?
Not really.
Thanks anyway.
The amount of flirting these two is beyond what anyone expected from the game, and frankly, Aerith knows how to leverage it.
You should come with.
That wasn't the deal.
You mean you want more? Even though you've got a priceless reward coming your way? Do you know what I promised him?
I'll do it.
While staying at Aerith's house, Cloud gets a flashback where we get to hear his mom's opinion on the ideal girl for him.
I'd feel a lot better if I knew you'd found a good girl. One who'd make sure you didn't get into trouble.
I can take care of myself.
An older, more mature girl that could keep you on the straight and narrow and tell you when you're being a silly goose. That's the perfect type for you, I'd say.
While on the way to Sector 7, the two decide to take a little break where we learn about Aerith's past along with some romantic tension.
So, Cloud, you were a soldier first class, right?
Yeah.
Weird.
Really? What's weird about it?
Nothing. Just that you were the same rank.
Huh? As who?
The first guy I ever loved.
You'll often see Aerith wearing a modest light pink dress with a red half jacket over it, which is then contrasted with a set of functional working boots. However, in order to rescue Tifa, Aerith needed to undergo a transformation, which costed around 1 million gil. In order to afford this, Cloud has to win the ongoing fight tournament, and Aerith decides to tag along. In combat, she wields a metal staff and is the go-to magic user of the group. And thankfully, they got rid of her weak-ass physical attack and instead replaced it with long-range magic. When given the right spells, Aerith is the strongest magic user, capable of taking out multiple targets in a single cast. Some notable abilities of hers is the Arcane Ward that allows her and any team member to cast a spell twice, at half the cost. She also has the Lustrous Shield ability, which keeps her protected from projectiles and whatnot. Aside from offensive magic, Aerith is also an amazing healer. Her first limit break, called Healing Wind, heals the party for half their health, while her second limit break is called Planet's Protection, that temporarily protects the whole party from physical damage. After being the rather unfair tournament, Madam M has pity on us and takes Aerith under her wing. To pass the time, we get subjected to some side quests, where if you don't do any of them, Aerith gets a rather basic pink dress that no one is happy with.
Aerith? What are you wearing?
I know, right? It's bad. Like, super bad.
If you manage to do at least half of them, you get this rather modest design.
Does that mean you do like it?
Now, if you manage to do all 6 side quests, you get treated to a transformed Aerith in a backless red dress, worthy of fireworks, a red carpet, and a very stunned Cloud Strife.
Hey,
That's really...
Yeah. Corneo's got certain tastes. This dress is so gaudy and impossible to move in.
Yeah.
Cloud?
Excuse me.
Shortly after this scene, we head to the Honeybee Inn, where we get to see Cloud's sick dance moves, and just how supportive Aerith is. Once Cloud is done with his transformation, the two infiltrate Don Corneo's mansion, and somehow Cloud gets picked, leaving Tifa and Aerith to fend for themselves. While Tifa relies on her punches and kicks, Aerith grabs a steel chair.
Wait!
Despite Aerith's dainty appearance, she doesn't seem to be afraid of much. Like when they were at the abandoned train yard, the ghost didn't scare her one bit, and definitely not scared to claim her territory.
I'm game.
But
It'll be fine. We've got a bodyguard, don't forget. Mine. Right?
While Sector 7 was under attack by the Turks, despite all fear and chaos around them, Aerith volunteered to go to 7th Heaven and find Marlene, where we see just how good she is with kids.
Oh, you poor thing. I know it must hurt, but you've got to be brave now, okay? Who are you? I'm a friend of Tifa's.
So what do you think about Aerith? Would you consider being her bodyguard? Be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and comment on Aerith Gainsborough, our favorite flower peddling ancient.